Hi guys, Michael Ingledew from TDW, and if I haven't already spoken to you, and I know I have already spoken to lots of people this year, a very happy new year to you and welcome to 2017. In this vlog, I just want to kind of summarize the 2016 stuff that happened, and I want to talk a little bit about what's going to be happening in 2017. So the format of this vlog is we're going to go over some news and some exciting stuff that's already happening here at TDW for this year. And then at the back end, I'm going to answer some of the questions that have come in to us here at TDW, or some conversations that I've had with some of you about, what we're about at TDW, what we're doing, how you can get hold of things like these t-shirts, that kind of stuff. So we are going to be producing at least one of these a month. So a shout out to our member companies. If you have news that you want us to include in this vlog, be it a win announcement, be it a need, or you're looking for something, or whether you have won a contract and you want us to mention it, and we create a slide and we put it up and we help you make some noise about what you're up to, make sure that comes into us every month and we will make sure that we include it. So without further ado, let's crack on and get through this vlog, because there's lots and lots to talk about. So first and foremost, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who supported us in 2016. There are loads of vendors out there and they're all on our website, so you know who they are who supported us. We could see that there was a need for an organization, a focused organization like TDW that was independent and neutral. So what we found was that when we started messaging ourselves as exactly that, independent and neutral, we get no benefit from introducing vendors to a particular opportunity. That resonated with the market. In fact, we've already got 3 customers that we're helping already in 2017 with some TD requirements, but there'll be more coming out on that over the next few vlogs and next few months, because if you're a vendor, there'll be some interesting stuff for you. So, but a huge thank you for everybody who supported us at TDW. And now I also want to call out my team here, because I'm the only one that sits in front of the camera. Behind me, there is a whole raft of people that help me out to do stuff like this. So those of you who came to the conference last year met Claire. Now Claire looks after a lot of our marketing activities. She looks after a lot of she looks after all of our admin activities. She works closely with, the finance people and all that kind of stuff. But these videos, it's easy for me to sit here and spew information down the video lens, but Jamie will sit there and edit this, and these things take time to put together. And if you're going to put something together that's quality, it takes time. You can see how we've changed and how we've improved from our first video early 2016, late 2015 to now. We are a million miles away. That's because we're learning the skills of how to create good quality content like this. So Jamie does that. We have Lewis, who helps out with the member services emails that come in, and your questions will go to Lewis first and he decides what's coming through to me. He maintains the website. If there's stuff that needs putting up onto the website, he will do that. And we have Marjan, who I can come up with cartoon ideas, and I can come up with ideas of what it is I want to put into our magazine or what illustrations I want to use. Marjan then takes my ideas and turns them into reality. So there is a bunch of people behind me. And of course, we have Nick, who helps out with the conference once a year. And, there's lots of people behind me that help do that. So I wanted to call them out on this particular video, so you guys know that there are lots of people behind the lens that are helping me drive this forward. Now, I wanted to mention the TDW magazine. What's happened is absolutely my fault. I missed the deadline. I misunderstood the deadline from the publishers just before Christmas. I delivered the magazine to them, or Lewis delivered the magazine to them, and they were closed. So they've only just opened again post-Christmas. So they've got the artwork. They're publishing and distributing right now. So that's my fault. It's jam-packed with articles. You can go online, check out the table of contents. It's up there. You can see what's in there. You know, we've got, I'm not even going to say her second name. Victoria's done an article on, you know, S1000D as an art. I've taken the presentation that I gave at TDW-Live and turned it into an article on the changing role of information and how we need to keep pace with technology and those kind of things. So that's available up on our website, and you can go and do that. I want to talk about TDW-Live last year. I've already done an review of TDW-Live, which is up on our YouTube channel, and you can have a look at that. And there's some snippets of, you know, the presentations that we've made available on TDIQ and, you know, those organizations that helped us. And I if you've not seen it yet, it's on YouTube. You can go and have a look at that. It's about 10-15 minutes long. Now, this year we are still only in the second week of January, and we already have backing for the conference this year, which has kind of blown me away. Normally it's March, April time we start getting the vendors come on board. That's because last year the event was absolutely the best event that we've held. There was loads of people sharing lots of ideas, trying to learn about the how-tos of technical information. And we deliberately steered away from the polarizing subject of S1000D and specifications, and we focused more on the how-tos and the whys of how to produce information in certain ways. And for this year, TDW-7, I've got some pretty special ideas. I've got some pretty cool ideas that I've been building up to over the last couple of years. With the ideas that I've got for TDW, we've had to step gently in the market because, as you know and as I know, we move kind of slowly in this market, and we are very nervous about change, and, you know, we're very process driven. We're very, you know, there's lots of legislation that we have to abide by and all those kind of things. So I took very gentle steps on what it is I wanted TDW to be in the market. Now, the conference this year, I have got something that I think nobody does it yet at a conference. Nobody's even tried to do it. And I think it will really engage an audience. And I'm not going to announce it until after the Amsterdam event for obvious reasons. So we will announce it probably February, March time, and we will see the reaction. We hope that it will resonate with you. But, you know, we've already got backing from Lionbridge, from Alan Webb, from WebEx Systems, who have both Alan Webb and WebEx Systems have supported us right from the very beginning. And Aspire Consulting have also put their name behind us. And we're doing some stuff with Aspire that you should keep an eye out on, because we are going to help them promote a lot of what they're doing in the RCM world and how it affects us in our technical information and our technical information production. So we're going to be looking at that. Now, talking about hot off the press, 2017, we've got lots of new ideas. We've got lots of stuff that like I've said, we've already been building up to. But hot off the press, only agreed a couple of days ago with Samantha at Lionbridge. We're working closely with Lionbridge on a couple of different things. Now, Lionbridge have asked us to help them produce a study on augmented reality in the aerospace, defense and space sector. So we're working with them on TDW going out and doing a study on the use or the perceived use of augmented reality and how it might be able to benefit organizations. So if you are a TD producer in those kind of organizations, you're probably going to hear from me, Lewis or Claire, asking you if you would like to participate in that study. So we're going to work with Lionbridge on that. And Lionbridge have also agreed to be our first sponsor of our webinars for 2017. So we keep getting asked, when you used to do loads of great webinars, where are they? We're bringing them back. We're bringing them back because We've had lots of requests for them, but there's lots of things we need to talk about. And to do that, it makes sense that we have webinars, and we can record those webinars and we can make them available off website. So hot off the press, Lionbridge is working with us, first of all, on the webinar series. And secondly, they are asking us to help them understand the landscape of augmented reality within aerospace, defense and space. So keep your eyes peeled on that. We will keep it going. We have made available on our website, we're now starting to introduce some of this content that we've created over the years. We're now making some more of it available free of charge. So if you go to our website, you click and you land on our main Tech Data World website, and you go to our Tech Data World website, you click on the download now. There's our 5 tips to TD success, and in there it's a nice little wall planner you can print yourself, and it's quite colorful. It'll look nice on the office wall. You can print it out and shove it up there. All we need is a valid email address. You will then be sent a unique link or PDF. I can't remember how Lewis has implemented it, but you will, providing you use a valid email address, go on over to our website. You can get that. You can download that now absolutely for free. Amsterdam. I'm getting lots of questions and I'm getting pestered by people. Will you go to Amsterdam? Will you be in Amsterdam? Now, right now, my intention is to be in Amsterdam. My intention is, originally we were going to take a table, but the tables are just, the cost of getting there, the cost of the hotel and the cost of a table is just, it's not going to happen. So TDW is not going to do that. I'll probably go and walk around with one of our t-shirts on, like I did when I was in Seville, and people came up to me and spoke to me and got copies of the magazine and that kind of stuff. We'll probably do that again, because I found that was much more productive from our side. So I've decided that I'm not going to present in Amsterdam, and that's purely because the content that we create, I think, is valuable from TDW's perspective. So I would like to use the TDW platform to give you the benefit of my expertise and our expertise here and the people that we work with. But I just don't have the cycles. I just don't have the time to prepare something right now because, as I've already mentioned, there's lots of stuff happening in 2017, and a lot of it's happening at the front end of the year, which is going to consume me and my time and going to consume my team's time. And, we're already looking at how we increase the team here at TDW. So keep your eyes peeled on that. So yes, right now the plan is I will go at least for one day to Amsterdam. Plus the fact I was in Utrecht just before Christmas. I did some tutorials in Germany when I was over there. Keep your eyes peeled on those. They're going to come out over the next couple of weeks. And they're going to go up on our YouTube channel, one on translation, one on innovation, polarizing, or the polarizing nature of specifications. It's 3 or 4 that I've done, that we've recorded, that are being developed and produced, and we're going to put them on our YouTube channel at least once a week. We want to have something up on our YouTube channel that's going to benefit you guys in terms of, educational type information that we will make available on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to that. Anyway, I went into Utrecht and I met with the partner manager on a Saturday, on a grim Saturday in Utrecht just before Christmas. I met the partner manager and the channel manager for SDL, who was asking me my opinion on a few things. And what I'm trying to say is, what a beautiful, beautiful city. Now, I've only been to Amsterdam a couple of times, which is quite surprising, right? It's only a 30-minute flight from here. But Holland is a pretty place. And so I would love to go back to Amsterdam. And plus the fact Anne Frank's house is on my bucket list. So I would like to go. But yes, I will be in Amsterdam. I don't plan to present unless they have last-minute gaps that they need to fill. I really don't want to put that added pressure on me and my team here to prepare something. So we will do that. So what I also wanted to call out is that the back end of last year, you've probably already seen the announcements. We worked with Adobe to produce an interactive course on TDIQ on an introduction to structured authoring, specifically around S1000D. And we talk you through what XML is, what are the main elements and attributes that are used within S1000D, the different data types, how you work with tables, figures, cross-references, and all those kind of things. So that's available to TDIQ subscribers. So you can go on over to tdiq.com and have a look at that. But a huge thank you to Adobe, who worked with us to help us produce that. And, you know, the moment we had a question or we had a technical issue, Adobe were on it. They answered it, you know, literally within a few minutes. So we were, you know, well looked after by Adobe. That course is available online now. I know there's a couple of organizations already putting your authors through that. So what we've decided is that we're going to keep adding to that course, because the students are saying, but what about how do we work with para-zeros in this context? How do we work with titles in this context? As soon as we get those questions, we're adding a lesson to the course. So the course is organically growing as we do it. So go ahead and have a look at that. So what about 2017? Well, as I've already alluded to, there's lots of stuff going on here at TDW. We have come a long, long way from the early days of creating videos using these old HD cameras that I've got hanging up behind me here, to using the 4K camera, which I'm recording on right now. 2017, for us, there is lots of stuff coming your way. So subscribe to our newsletter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, buy a copy of our magazine, because these are how you're going to find out about what we're up to and how we're benefiting and how we are bringing that content to you guys out there. Lots of stuff going on. Webinars coming your way we want to do at least one webinar a month. We want to put at least one tutorial a week up onto YouTube. We want to have at least one full course available on TDIQ a month. We want to have lots more interactive workshops that are coming, which is why we're now looking for partners that we might need to bring in to help us with this kind of deliverable. 2017, you are going to see a slight change in the style of what we do and how we do it, because I personally believe we need to bring color, light, and enthusiasm into our often dull, dank, specification-driven world. And if we can bring in some color and light, we might just attract new talent into our field. And I've done a tutorial on the changing role of the information developer, which kind of aligns nicely with that. So there's lots of stuff going on in 2017, loads of new stuff happening. And like I say, the best mediums of keeping in touch with us are all our social channels, newsletter, magazine, come to the conference. You know, we don't particularly do much on LinkedIn, although Claire is adamant that we should be doing something. I personally believe it's saturated with sales articles and those kind of things. And plus the fact, most of the people I support, I'm telling you now, most of the people I support are not on LinkedIn. Because they feel that it's just somewhere that they get pestered by sales guys. So 2017, a bucket load is going to happen. So just please do keep your eyes open on what's happening. Now, if you're familiar with Specnophobia, Specnophobia is our magazine and is a section within our magazine where we get technical questions. But what I thought I would do is I would pull out of that Specnophobia, and you know, we get lots of other types of questions which are not really applicable to the magazine, and we haven't put them in there for obvious reasons when you see them. But what we have done is I've pulled some of the ones out here that maybe, you know, we've had 2 or 3 times, and you know, Lewis thinks that we really should answer them here. The technical ones that come into us, they go into our TDSOS or Specnophobia section within the back of our magazine. So if you're a magazine subscriber, you know, if you are asking questions about should we use a Meditta over S1000D, what's the role of the system difference code code, which is in this issue of the magazine, we put more detail into answering those questions up there. So these questions have come in from you guys, which I'm going to answer right now. Okay, Paul in the US, you sent in a question asking, you're a magazine subscriber. Well, thank you for that. And, you sent over a question saying, why do you have articles from the UK CEB within our magazine? Great question. First of all, when we started TDW, when I left my job at Boeing to focus full time on TDW, we needed to work closely with people to organize and promote what it is that we were about. And a gentleman called Steve Shepherd at the UKCB at the time was really enthusiastic about what TDW was all about, what we were trying to achieve. And as a kind of quid pro quo, I offered them a place in the magazine that, they could promote what they do. And yes, they are very specific to the UK market. However, that being said, if you are doing business with the UK MOD and there are lots of people outside of the UK that do business with the UK MOD, these guys, the UK CEB, are people that you really should know. And because they are the guys that work very closely with the UK MOD. And, they do lots of great things in trying to support the MOD in terms of tech data excellence and, specification adoption, best practice, those kind of things. So in the UK specifically, we actually work quite closely with them. And as they do with all of their, members and they do with the UK MOD. So that's why they're in there. That being said, we have been asked by the DefStan organization, which is the guys that are responsible for standards and the production of standards and promotion of standards, etc., within the UK defence sector. They want to use our magazine to promote what it is that their sector is doing within the mod, and how and best practice. And in fact, we've been invited to a couple of their events that they want us to go to within the mod, where there's about 3,000 or 4,000 engineers or something that are going to come to. So we are looking at right now whether we have a UK specific version of the magazine and then we have a rest of the world version of the magazine, or do we just have a UK supplement at the back end of the magazine? But that, I hope, answers your question. Am I pro or anti specifications? Well, thank you, Susan, for your question. Funny enough, it's a question that I was asked at TDW-Live and by somebody who I really respect in the market as a whole. Am I pro or anti specifications? Whilst I was in Germany, I did a tutorial on this. Am I pro or anti specifications? In reality is I'm neither. Yes, I have worked for many years supporting organizations that have to use things like S1000D or ATAI specs or DITA or even DocBook years ago. That I've been around supporting organizations do this for a very long time. That doesn't mean I believe that these are the best way for organizations to go. What I believe in is what's right for an organization in terms of, product supportability requirements, in terms of budget, in terms of timescales, in terms of end user and, product life, those kind of things. It's about not one cap fits all, and specifications fall into that. And yes, there are many great reasons why you would want to and need to use things like S1000D. Okay, but I talk about that in the tutorial, and the tutorial I think it's the next one that's available to go live on our YouTube channel. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and then you'll get notified when it's up there. But I did it stood next to a frozen lake in Germany, talking about the role of specifications and those kind of things. Arav in India, will you be live streaming on Facebook anytime soon? Funny, we had that question just before TDW-Live last year. Now, that wasn't from any of our delegates. It was actually from somebody at the conference saying that at the conference organisation committee, they said, we're being asked more and more now to support live streaming to Facebook. Is that something you want to do? In fact, people are now live streaming their weddings, believe it or not, to Facebook. So in short, the answer is not right now, although we will do eventually, I'm absolutely sure. We've just ordered some technology, which means that we will be able to do that remotely out in the field or, within cockpits of aircraft or whatever it might be. I've just given you an insight there on to what might be coming your way in 2017. The reality is that it's technology that we have to look at and it's how you guys want to learn. So Arav, yes, we will look at it, but right now our emphasis and our focus is looking at the webinars, and we will look at the webinars first. But we do have some pretty cool ideas on how we could possibly take that Facebook capability and technology and how we can take that and maximize your learning experience. So great question. Thanks. Yes, we will look at it, but not right now. Yep. This question from Bob, I think it is. Yeah, Bob sent this over. You're clearly a technical writer and your organization subscribes to our magazine. So thank you for the question. Why are some of our articles in US English and why are some of our articles in UK English? That's purely down to the fact that if you send us a article and you are writing and supplying in US English, we will leave the spellings exactly as you deliver them to us. If we produce something here at TDW, we're obviously based in the UK, we will stick with the UK language. But great question. You're clearly a technical author, and even the way that you wrote the question implies that you're using S1000D. But thanks for that. But I hope that answers the question. Warren, another one in the USA. Thanks for your question. You would like to get some previous copies of our magazine. I think we're in our 3rd year now, so we're probably in issue 14, 15 or something along those lines. And there's some copies that you would like to get hold of. Yes, I have been asking now for the last 2 or 3 issues of the magazine that the guys place something in there that says, if you want to get copies of our, issue 1 of our magazine, then, please contact us. And, all we ask is that you cover a little bit of shipping and that kind of stuff, because we've got a storage facility and we've got boxes of our magazines kicking around. So yes, if you want back issues, you can get those from us. No problem at all. Just get in touch with Claire or through member services, get in touch with Lewis and they'll organize that for you. No problem. Okay, I've had lots of these requests personally, and we've had lots of tweets, and we've had lots of Facebook messages, and I think Claire received a couple of LinkedIn messages. You love our t-shirts. You like the way that we are presenting things like RTFM and the TDW mugs, and I've got the RTFM Angry Man guy. Yes, there's a few of you that asked us for t-shirts at TDW-Live earlier or the back end of last year. I think Claire has ordered some. They haven't arrived yet. Those of you who have asked for them, you will receive your t-shirt, I'm sure, via Claire very soon. We have a new, Marjan is currently putting together some illustrations for us, which is going to take the TDW mug and the RTFM slogan and going to put that into a more, I think I would like to centralize on one image that we put onto our t-shirts. So we are looking at that right now as we speak, and we will then make those t-shirts available to organizations or to individuals as and when you want them. So those of you who have already bought Claire a drink at the conference and requested a t-shirt, I think she's on it for you, but I would hold fire for at least the next 2 or 3 weeks until we show you the next generation of t-shirts. Like everything here, we're getting better and we're improving the way that we do things. And I think you might find that slightly more interesting. Okay, and finally from Maria, and Maria here in the UK, thank you for your question. Would I be interested in being a guest blogger on your website? Believe it or not, yes, we have been asked if we can attend interviews for other channels. Other people are doing, there's other organizations that are looking at, maybe not specifically in our domain, but more of the innovation technology type channels are asking if I would be interested in doing a interview. Absolutely. If we can align what we're producing daily at TDW, and we can repurpose and reuse, where have we heard that before, something that can go across onto your website, absolutely. I'm really more than happy to do that. And Maria, I've already sent you a message saying, yes, let's get rocking and rolling. Let's do it. So more than happy to do that. So those are all your questions. That's all the news that we have for this particular vlog. I'm not sure how long it is, but it might be a little bit longer than what I would like. I hope you found it useful. I hope you found it interesting. Keep an eye out, guys. 2017 is going to be a very interesting year in terms of the content that we're bringing your way and in the way that we're going to bring it, which is more important. That's how we are going to liven up this particular market. TDW-Live conference, we're going to make that information available back end of January, probably early February. And we will be doing the webinar series and working closely with a lot of vendors. Again, vendors, and if you're a member vendor and you've got news that you want to send our way, you've won something, you get the idea, send it to us. We'll create a slide. We'll include it for you. And yes, another question that came up recently, only this week, which I'm throwing in now, will we be doing software reviews? It's something that we're looking at right now. Okay, so we will be looking at software reviews and putting some software tutorials up there and, some thoughts on that. Anyway, I hope you found it useful. Hope you found it interesting. Lots of new tutorials coming your way over YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share amongst your organization. If you've got questions, comments, concerns, ideas, suggestions, do send them on over to us. Get in touch with us through any of our social channels or contact us via our website. Michael Ingledew, look forward to supporting you through 2017. Cheers, guys, and all the very best for this year.